So today I thought it'd be a good opportunity to take a trip down memory lane and find out where some of the ex Collingwood players are these days, whether they're still playing, what they're getting up to. A little bit of fun. So let's get straight into it. Let's talk about one of the cult heroes of Collingwood not too long ago, and we're going to talk about Jack Magin. Where is Jack Magin after he was delisted? He played a number of seasons for Collingwood with the basketball background. I remember that goal he scored late. It was at 2021, and it was like we celebrated like we'd won the premiership for him. It was the most funniest thing. I think it was just one of those ones, just when your cult figure scores a goal and playing the defense, you don't see that happen quite frequently. So that's something that springs to the top of my mind when we speak about Jack Magin. But let's go. So where is he? I'm pretty sure Jack Magin is originally from South Australia. You can fact check me on that, but I'm not entirely certain. He's actually playing in the sample for Adelaide's VFL side. So Adelaide's State League side will again be led by a South Australian with Barossa Valley product, Jack Magin, named as the skipper. So he's actually playing for, as I mentioned, Adelaide's VFL side in the sample as the captain at 30 years old. He returned to South Australia after 5 seasons with Collingwood, having played 49 AFL games for the Pies after being initially listed as the Category B rookie way back in 2017. In his first season at Adelaide, before he was given the leadership role as the captain, he played 17 games, mentoring a bunch of generational talent for Adelaide as well as father-son products. Growing up in Barossa, always supporting the Crows. So this sounds just about right for Jack Magin to come back to home and represent the club that he supported at Samford level. How did he go? I got him here. Let's search. Got a bunch of players, so it's really. I got some interesting players that we're going to be able to look at. So this is the VFL on Wheelo. Let's search up old mate Magin, Jack Frank Magin. What I click there? Did I click VFL again? I did. VFLW, geez, just shows how switched on I am. Let's try that again. Jack Magin. Here we go. So I ended up playing 16 games in the sample for Adelaide, averaged 15 odd disposals, kicked the goal as well. He's always good for a goal this season. How did sample ladder in 2024? How deep did they go? Let's see. Let's have a look. That probably. Here we go. So they didn't make finals. They played 18 games, 8 wins, 10 losses, and started the season quite poorly. I would like to think this is the start of the season. And then towards the end, they hit a bit of a purple patch, but it was a little bit too little, too late. So that's where Jack Magin is these days. Let's have a look at some father-son products now. So let's get rid of this. Some good old father-son products from the days. Let's go. No. So, no, that's Tom Phillips. We'll save that. So, Callum Brown. Callum Brown actually plays for the Box Hill Hawks. This year, he played 9 games. In nine of those games, he was in the best players for 6 of them. And if we go to Wheelo once again, guys, I urge you, if you guys want to get into the nitty-gritty and you're a bit of a numbers nerd when it comes to the statistics, highly recommend you go to this website, Wheelo Ratings. So Callum Brown played 9 games at age 26. He averaged 29.9 disposals. So he's always been quite dominant at VFL level. I mean, how far back? Like if we go back to 2021, I imagine he would have played 1 game. What about, was he delisted after 2022? He played 13 games in 2022 for Collingwood, the year Dacos came into the side, and he averaged 26 and a half disposals. And he just was never really able to truly translate that into AFL form. So what did he end up playing? He played 70 matches, 23 goals. 2019 was his best year. I do remember he was actually coming into his own in 2019. That year we lost against GWS in the prelim final. Had his highest rated season, even got won that solitary coach's vote. Averaged 15 disposals and he would have kicked a couple goals, surely. 11 goals in 2019. So that was definitely the highlight or the peak of his career AFL level. But then it sort of just really slowed down significantly after 2021. You bring in Nick Dacos in 2022. I'm not saying they're like for like, clearly not, but you could see the direction we're going. And this is when Fly McRae came in. This was the Buckley era. So Fly had his way about changing certain things. So he ended up, as I mentioned, he went to Box Hill Hawks and played up until June. And then he actually played a bit for Montremercy. Where is it? So they are, I forget what league that is. He also played in a state game versus Samford early in the season. So it would have been like the VFL best side versus Samford, if I'm thinking about that correctly. So that's where he did his local footy and actually would have played against another player who has fallen off the face of the earth, who actually played for Collingwood in 2018 and was one of our best players in that grand final. Only played 50% game time, but had a massive game. That's Braden Sire. So we'll go to Herald Sun here. So Braden Sire discusses AFL exit and premiership hopes at Heidelberg in the Northern Football Netball League Division 1. Let's see what they had to say here. Braden was looking forward to not being a footy player anymore. He revealed the AFL life wasn't for him and is looking forward to going quietly about his business in the NFL with the Heidelberg Tigers in 2022, as they have a photo with Dustin Martin from the Tigers there, drawing the link there with the Heidelberg Tigers and Richmond Tigers, I guess. I don't think the day-to-day stress and life of AFL is my cup of tea, and it's not a lot of people's cup of tea. At the same time, I had a great time there and met some of my closest friends there, but I'm looking forward to not being a footy player anymore. He didn't take up any offers in the VFL despite some opportunities and is looking to transitioning from full-time football to normal life. Has come with its own adjustments, just getting used to training in the afternoon and working and whatnot. Yeah, this was a player who just had so much potential for Collingwood, but just unfortunately didn't have the knack for it, didn't have the desire for it. And that's all it truly came down to. And I think he's won multiple premierships with Heidelberg. So he's definitely earning some big bucks while playing at local level. I'd say he'd be earning anything over $1,500 in a game. So that alone is more than a full-time salary after tax. Like, I doubt he'd be getting tax now. It's probably cash in hand and would probably get job opportunities with some of the people in the committee or even just teammates would be looking after him. So they played against Montmorency. Sorry, guys. God, shows how much I know about the northern suburbs. They played against Montmorency, which was Callum Brown's side, and Braden Sire did play. He kicked a goal. Where is he? Braden Sire. No, he was in the best players. No, he wasn't. What does PP mean? I don't know what PP means. Anyways, I think he kicked 4 goals in the previous grand final. So they've gone back to back. Callum Brown actually wasn't playing this one. So maybe Callum Brown got injured at some point in the VFL or in the local footy league. So that's where Braden Sire is really disappointing. He's one of those players along with, well, injuries didn't curtail his season, but it reminds me of like Tom Langdon, that sort of potential caliber. Had they not got injured or decided to move away from AFL level, just the potential gone begging for these players. Like Tom Langdon would have solved all our Nathan Murphy problems. Maybe Nathan Murphy wouldn't be playing for Collingwood wouldn't have ever played for Collingwood consistently had Tom Langdon not get injured. So everything happens for a reason, but that's where Braden Sire is these days. Or some would refer to him as fill-in for those who know what I'm talking about. So this was Braden Sire. He played 12 games, kicked 17 goals, so more than a goal a game. So it wasn't amazing. Not many best players, but they've played Montmorency 4 times last year. Interesting. Okay. Who remembers Nathan Brown? Nathan Brown is representing the Wonthaggi Power. I think he's looking to play for another club another AFL player who's been recently delisted. I can't remember who it was. Playing a bit of ruck, bit of forward, defense, wherever he needs to be deployed. Playing with Ryan Sparks as well, who plays for the Collingwood VFL side. I'm pretty sure he played there last year. Coach Jared Blair There you go. So Jared Blair coaches the Wonthaggi, is it Tigers as well? Power. Sorry. Obviously, you can see the Port Adelaide inspired jersey. Teammate of Brown's in the 2010 AFL Premiership team at Collingwood. There you go. I think Blair thinks he'll be a good target for us ahead of the ball, a key pillar up there, I suppose, someone to kick to. So if we just quickly go Nathan Brown, AFL Play HQ or something, there you go. What did he do? What's he mustered up? He played 4 games in 2024. So, yeah, definitely didn't get the bang for buck there. Maybe he got injured and, yeah, didn't play a great deal of local footy. He played for St Kilda last in AFL and would have played for Sandy at some point. Did he play many? He played 3 games for Sandy while he was playing at AFL level. So that's that. What else have we got? We've got a couple more. Tyler Brown is another one. Where is he? Get rid of that. Let's go Jack Bytel. So something more recent. Jack Bytel, delisted by the Pies, played 2 handful of games, so close to 10 games for the year, and now he's playing for the Coburg Lions at VFL. So clearly has a desire to try play at the highest level still. Drafted from the Calder Cannon, spent some time at St Kilda, had some back issues, and then with Houston and Perryman coming in, unfortunately, players like Bytel had to make way to get these players into our list, as we're at full capacity now. I think we're at 44 players, so we have no wriggle room. Jack brings a wealth of talent and experience from his time at Collingwood and Hantz, who play a lot of midfield. And yeah, so I wonder if Jack Bytel will ever get another opportunity at AFL level, but that's where he's playing his trade now as well. And one of the Pies Footy favourites, Nathan Kruger. So he's gone back to Geelong at VFL level. Kruger is set to return to Geelong after key forward commenced his AFL career at GMHBA back in 2019. After being selected as a pre-draft selection in 2018, he spent 3 years at the Cats, made his debut in 2021, a bunch of injuries, then played for Collingwood, playing another 13 matches at top level across 3 seasons with the Magpies, unfortunately, and just a myriad of more injuries for Nathan Kruger in the black and white. So unfortunate. I feel like he took a hit with our VFL side not being strong. When your VFL side is struggling, naturally the forwards aren't going to get as much supply and not much synergy. So for him to really push his case to get back at AFL level consistently, he would need to kick bags in the VFL. It just wasn't possible. So I feel sorry for him. I loved the way and I'm sure everyone loves the way he goes about it. Maybe he did lack a little bit of polish. It was a little bit clumsy at times, but definitely was chaotic. And that's really fits the Collingwood style, pressure, manic pressure. He was perfect, but just probably didn't have the polish that we need in our forward line. And with Membry in, you have to admit that is quite a significant upgrade, considering Membry is a seasoned AFL player. He's a veteran and he kicked 30 goals for the Saints last year. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Lastly, is this our last one? No, 2 more. Tyler Brown, another father-son, playing for the Box Hill Hawks. Played 17 games this year. His final game was in August. I think they did quite well in the VFL. Let's go here. He didn't do as well as Callum Brown. So Callum Brown played 13 games, 26 odd disposals. Tyler Brown, that's Collingwood stats. Is it? That's 2020. Let's go 2024. He played 17 games, 15.8 disposals, only 3 goals. So not a profound impact. And VFL, I don't even think they did well, didn't they? No. Box Hill Hawks, they finished 6th. So they were, I think they would have played finals. It might be top 6 or top 8. Yeah, it's top 10 because there's play-ins, but yeah, just making up the numbers in the end. I think Werribee ended up winning the flag against Southport. Lastly, we have Tom Phillips. Yes. So Tom Phillips played for Carlton in 2024, previously played for the Essendon VFL. So Hawthorn, when he moved to Hawthorn, played some VFL there, played for Essendon, and then Carlton playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games, with his last game coming up against Essendon. He actually played against Collingwood and played probably his best game, ironically, 26 disposals with 90 fantasy points. Definitely his best game statistically for Carlton VFL side, the old Northern Blues. What did he average? Let's go Wheelo. So he's got a couple business ventures. I think he does some sort of drink that he's promoting and does a bit of work with Tom Mitchell's ball magnets as well. So he's got some things cooking in the background off the field, and I think that's where a lot of his energy is going towards these days. Tom Phillips played 7 games, 16.9 disposals, whereas AFL level in his prime, I remember 2018, 2019, 34 coaches. It's like, how do you go from that to 4 games in 2022 for a Hawthorn side that was pretty bad back then, still young and upcoming? 25 disposals was his best career average in a season. One of the best wingers going around. I think he would have nearly at least made the All-Australian extended squad and found the goals from time to time, nearly averaged over half a goal a game for the most part of his career, really. So unfortunate there, but it is what it is. That's where he is now. And I don't know where he'll be next year, but yeah, I thought a little bit of fun just to see where some of these players are. They've represented the Collingwood side, so it's always nice to show some respect and give them a little bit of just see where they're at. They gave us a lot of memorable moments, especially Tom Phillips, Braden Sire, Jack Magin was always a laugh and served the club well, a larrikin of the team. Yeah, good fun. Let me know if you like these videos, if there's anything like this you want to see moving forward, but I thought it was nice just to revisit some of these players. Go Pies.